If you've ever seen any of our bad teen episodes, the mothers of those teens, will do everything in their power to try to straighten their kids out. So joining us from Charlotte, North Carolina is Connie. You see, Connie's been trying to tame her daughter Taylor for the past 29 years. I said it, 29 years. And she hopes today's show will start her daughter on a new path. Now, due to some bad choices made by daughter Taylor, Connie now has custody of Taylor's son, Caleb. The alleged father, Minh, denies baby Caleb because of Taylor's checkered past. And Connie, the grandmother, is hoping that a DNA test will prove that Minh is Caleb's father so that Taylor can begin rebuilding her life and her family. Connie, nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Maury.
Now, here's the thing, Connie. I was making a reference to, teens that get out of control and all that. But Taylor is 29. Is she still living the kind of life that means that she doesn't know who the father of her child is?
Her whole life she's struggled with lack of confidence, lack of self-esteem. She's chosen the wrong people, to hang out with, to be her friends, and she's suffering the circumstances of it now.
Meanwhile, you're the grandmother of Caleb, and you're raising this child.
Yes, I am, Maury. I tell you, at first, it was overwhelming. It was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this or not. But then, I had to rethink it in my own mind and rethink how I love my family and I love my grandchildren. And I just made a decision. I said, there's no way that I'm going to let this baby go to anybody. It needed to stay with the family that loves the baby and loves Taylor. So it was a decision that I made along with my husband, and we just decided just to go for it, and it's just what we needed to do.
Let's go back. Do you think some of Taylor's issues come from the fact that her birth father wasn't in her life?
Absolutely, I do. I think the fact that her father has not been around to help guide her in the right direction, I think has led to some of this. I really do.
And so how old was Taylor when she started getting in with the wrong crowd?
She was probably about 13, 14 years old. The people that she started hanging out with seemed to be quite older than her, and a lot of them seemed to be on the male side, a lot of guys that she was hanging out with. And the girlfriends that she did have, just, they didn't care about life either. And so they were just a bad influence for her.
Do you know that around the time she got pregnant with Caleb, not only was she seeing this fellow named Minh, but several other guys? Several other guys.
Yes, absolutely, Maury. Taylor actually told me she was pregnant back in actually near Christmas of last year, 2021. And I had asked her then, if she knew who the father was, and she didn't. There were several different choices of who the father could have been, but that's actually when I found out that she was pregnant with Caleb.
Did she tell you that she was sleeping with 6 guys at the same time?
Yes, she did. I was really taken back with it, and my heart was broken.
How would you describe Minh? What kind of a fella is he?
I think Minh has some good attributes to him. He also struggles with life choices right now, but I do think that he is capable of being the person, the man, the father that he needs to be. I know that he's got the love in his heart for Caleb. I think that he's also hoping that Caleb is his and he's the father. But Minh also has some things, though, that he needs to work on and get his life together also.
You think they look alike? Does Minh look like Caleb?
I think they do. I really do. I mean, looking at both of their pictures from, I think I can see Minh in Caleb's face, especially around the eye area, and the just the facial structure. I really do. I mean, I really do think that they look alike. I will be very shocked if Minh is not the father. I really will.
I think in order to be transparent, Connie, I mean, you're some kind of mother and grandmother because Caleb is not the only child of Taylor's that you're taking care of.
That's correct, Maury. I also have Taylor's 5-year-old son.
How do you feel about what you just heard from your mom?
She's right. I need a big change.
How do you think that can happen?
I don't know, just be with my family, I guess, try to raise my kids.
Taylor, do you want to be in a position to be able to take care of your children?
I do. I really do.
How would you describe your relationship with men?
We argue a lot. There's no trust.
If he's your boyfriend, how come you stepped out on him all those times?
I still go through your phone all the time. I still check, like, your messages. It's just, it's not really much trust left.
Like I said, there's no trust at all, really.
Do you think you're capable right now, Taylor, of taking care of your children?
Yeah.
I really just need to know that I'm the father of Caleb. If I'm not, I have 2 daughters that I have to take care of also, and I can't take care of somebody else's kid if Caleb's not mine. If he's my son, I guarantee you I'll put every single effort I need to be a part of his life.
You're the one who called the show.
Yes.
How come?
Because I had to find out. I couldn't just sit there and guess if he was my son or not.
Did you know the kind of person that Taylor was when you first got around her?
Well, I didn't think she was like that. But I left my wife and kids basically for her, and I'm still working at the relationship between me and her. I've physically and mentally put every little bit of effort I can into our relationship. All I want from her is to be honest with me.
You guys are living in a car. I mean, if I was a woman, you know, in a relationship like that, I think that I would want my boyfriend or significant other to be able to provide better than a car living arrangements. And you guys are always broke. There's no money coming in to even take care of anything.
She makes it seem like there's no money coming in. All the money I make, I don't tell her everything. I keep it to a side, and I try to save up as much as I can.
Connie, do you want Taylor to come home and live with you all?
Yes, I do. However, Maury, I don't want her to come home and just use it as a place to house herself, you know, during the day, and then in the evening she goes out and does her thing. If she wants to come home, we will open the doors wide for her, but I need to see some sort of change with Taylor, that she wants to make a commitment to get her life back on track.
Taylor, why are you silent?
I mean, basically everything they're saying is right, is true, is right, you know.
This is what she does. She shuts herself down. She has no emotion whatsoever.
She looks absolutely defeated. Why, I don't know. I'm not in her life.
She is a defeated person. She's a defeated person just because of the way that she has lived her life.
Taylor, do you have anything to say to either one of these people?
I hope and pray that Minh is the father. And, Mom, I love you.
Here we go.
I love you, Taylor.
In the case of 8-month-old Caleb, Minh, you are not the father. Connie?
I don't know what to say.
All I can tell you is, Connie, you're the only one left in this picture. The other 2 left. And just like apparently a lot of it, when it comes to her life, you're the strong one.
Yeah. You know, Maury, it is, you know, looking at both of them walking off, that's how I feel now. Them both just walking out of Caleb's life. It just makes me feel like they don't care. They don't care about anything but themselves.
Minh, you have anything to say?
I do care about Caleb. It's just, it's hard for me to take care of Caleb if I'm not the father, because I feel like I haven't been taking care of my 2 daughters like that. It just wouldn't be right for me to take care of Caleb and not take care of my daughters.
That just proves to me too, though, man, that the relationship between you and Taylor is not a real relationship, because if you were truly in love with Taylor and loved her and wanted to make this relationship work, it would not matter if Caleb is your blood or not. You would be in there for the long run.
All I can tell you is we're here if you Want to test somebody else, would be glad to.
Okay.
Thank you very much for being here. You are not the father.